Hello and welcome. This is a video of my very first 200 mil XP in any skill. To get this, I got 625,000 Brimhaven Agility Arena tickets. To get these tickets, normally it would take like 10.4 thousand hours to get if you were to do it normally, which would take about doing the Agility Arena for 1.2 years straight. So this was done on my noob account. I didn't do the Karamja diary on this account, so I did not get the 10% extra XP from cashing in tickets. So I only got 320k experience per thousand tickets, rather than 350,000 XP per thousand ticket. But hey, it was only 25k more ticket. For me, I spent around 10 hours to get all the tickets in the live game, and I had to wait for the weekend before I could start duplicating them. It would have taken me about 6 hours to duplicate them all, but a few times I accidentally imported save without dropping the tickets first. So I lost about 300,000 tickets from doing that, which set me back about 3 hours. So when that happened, I flipped waffle. So while duplicating items, it actually doesn't take that long to get a good amount of tickets. I was getting about 100k tickets per hour, but like if I messed up once, that would reset me to the start. But the thing I liked about this was leveling from level 77 to 99 Jilly in like 2 minutes. The only time I came close to doing this was I saved up. It was that one minigame that got nerfed. It was Flash Powder Factory. Yeah, that one. Where you could accumulate points. You don't actually gain agility levels, but you actually just accumulate points. Points could be turned into XP. XP could be stocked up. I forgot what level I went to. Oh, right. I got level 97 agility from spending points, got to 98, and I was 68k off 99. And I didn't get the level for 99 because I wanted to level up agility, like with several other skills from getting an effigy at next. Which I did that for my maxscape, I think. Or was it before that? I remember I tried, when I was doing my maxscape thing, I had a thing before that where I was planning to level 4 skills from getting an effigy from next, and it was only a slim chance that it would happen, but I messed up. I wasn't recording, which was kind of sad, so I lost that clip. But it was still pretty nice. Actually, now that I think about it, I think I leveled up like 10, no, 9 stats while nexing. I did a batch of 4 skills with the effigy. Then I did a second batch for my maxscape, and then a third batch for my completionist cape. But yeah, so if I had enough tickets to be spending it all for like throughout a whole hour, it would have been like maybe 400 mil XP per hour if I had enough tickets. But there's a 200 mil cap anyway. So after about 5 minutes of doing this, I got pretty tired of this because after a while, even after getting 99, it gets kind of boring because there's this giant gap between level 99 and 200 mil. But hey, getting 99 agility in only a few minutes feels awesome. This is probably the only skill I will ever level up with the intention to only gain XP. Like Comp Cape, that was because of PVM. It had a benefit in PVM situation. Combat skills is PVM. So yeah, even though there is a 200 mil video, I don't really have anything to say about scaling really, except yay, I got 200 mil. But yeah, again, I have no plans to level up anything to 200 mil in the live game, nor do I have any plans to getting a trim completion game. 5,000 Castle Wars games is, I don't know, the time needed, it it could be done AFK, but then it's just the rest of the requirements is just pure grindscape. So no thank you. Oh, and if you guys follow my YouTube feed, sometimes I post random pictures on there. And I posted a level 2 Harkin that I found in the combat beta. It's a thing where you beat Harkin and then he does a whole blow up animation and then I right click him and he was level 2. I don't Wait, did I have a picture of this? No, did I have a video of this? It might have been in the previous video, but yeah, it's pretty funny. And it'll probably get fixed, but I just found that kind of funny to see a level 2 Harkin. So, other items that are worthwhile to duplicate is maybe Castle War tickets. I always wanted to get like a full profound, but to get it normally, it would take so many hours of Castle Wars to play. And 2 tickets, no wait, 2 tickets to win? I don't remember, but it was something really low. So, because in the beta, it looks pretty good. You have the shield on your back with the sword too. I'll show the video clip of this at the end. The clip may be a bit laggy, but that's because I was recording in 1260 by 1440, and the reason I was in such a big screen was because even on 1280 by 720, the pixels seem, you can see the edges. It doesn't look too great. It might just be the graphic settings that I'm on, but I don't like it when you can see the edges. And of course, I want to repeat this for a few videos, or maybe just this video, to make sure the point gets across. Do the fight kill before the beta because it's a whole lot easier now and you don't have to learn a whole new combat system that is rather complicated once, even if you know how it works. DKs are good money since Onyx Ring is weaker than the Berserker Ring. Warrior is great for meleeing, so if you're doing Slayer, you want a Warrior Ring instead of a Berserker Ring in the beta. Well, when the evolution of whatever thingy comes out. Which is great news for my Nil Sibyl series because Daganov Kings are pretty easy right now. Although they're a lot harder in the evolution of whatever it's called. And so I'll probably be, this will make money making a little better for me because Berserker Ring goes up a bit, Warrior Ring goes up a bit. Camping Rex is pretty AFK. Most of the time I lure it, I mage it, AFK until it's dead, and then after that it's just waiting for it to spawn. Which is kind of annoying. On World 2, it's pretty nice because it has fast spawns, but even then, it's like 30 seconds or something before it respawns. I have also been trying to consider buying a Vecna skull, although I already have so few inventory space with a tortoise. No, I'm not using a tortoise. I'm using a terror bird. No, wait, I'm using a fruit bat. Yeah, a fruit bat. Also, I'm still looking for a person to fight in the beta, and so far there's maybe one person who I can count on for a good fight, but that's really not enough. And in other news, the Queen Black Dragon has been enabled in the beta. It's nice to know that well, it did kind of take forever for them to actually enable another feature in the beta. And I was more hoping for the fight kill, but that does take a whole lot longer. And the Queen Black Dragon is a single monster. It's pretty easy to do. So I wanted to see what it's like, and the fire waves hit like 2500s, while the Queen Black Dragon's breath hits like 500s to 1200s. So the firewalls hit a whole lot more than she actually does. And 1200 is pretty hard because your max HP is like 990 if you have nothing on. So it would be kind of cool to see PvM challenges where you try to do something with low life points. Although the Dragon Breath can't be avoided, although the Firewall can. So this might be to account for different people who don't have as good life point boosting gear. But I'll look more into this later. Also, I'll be doing a spreadsheet on the loots from the Queen Black Dragon. Because, like, if you don't know me, I love statistics. Like, the task thing, the Slayer thing. Wait, no, there's a Barrows chest where I did, like, 1 KC, 5 KC, 10 KC compare the cash you actually get. And with Ring of Wolfon, there isn't actually a difference. I didn't find time to finish doing that, though. Because there's, like, other KC without Ring of Wolfon. There's a ton of other variables. But with the beta, it makes it so much easier to gather data. Then there's the Slayer testing where I got a sample size of 500 tasks and how frequent certain tasks are, as well as how much are assigned on average. So yeah, I'll be doing a drop log of the Queen Black Dragon, and from the data, I'll be able to pull useful information from it, like how much you can expect to make per kill if you get a drop, how much you make if you just go endlessly dry without a drop, which just excludes unique drops from the table because there are times when I go hours on end without a drop. Then from that, I can get more accurate cash per hour on how much you make doing the Queen Black Dragon. Then from that, I can get a more accurate cash per hour on what that boss drops and give it a rating compared to other bosses and see how they fare with other bosses, what bosses are better than what for cash per hour. And with those statistics, I can do a whole lot of stuff with it. Oh, also, like my Slayer task sample size of 500 thing, I would like feedback on that because if you have ever done slaying, look at the spreadsheet and tell me if you would agree with this, not agree with that, and tell me in the comment section below because I would really like this guide to be perfect and I wanted to include like the casual Slayer people. There's some stuff that it's kind of hard to include. Like, there are people who like to do AFK tasks. Then there are people who do Slayer for, like, cash, where they do it. They do the money-making tasks. They skip the ones that don't make any money. Those, they're kind of hard to work in, but I'll try my best at it. So I've been wanting to do some engineering in the beta, but I haven't found time to do it yet. Although, let's see. When I started out RuneScape, it was like, there's that early period Then I did PvP a lot. Then I quit PvP for Dungeoneering. Then PvP wasn't as fun, so I completely stopped doing PvP. Then after Dungeoneering, I forgot what I stopped at. I was like 110 or something. No, 109. Well, around that level. And at about that level, Next came out. Then I quit Dungeoneering for Next, but I came back to Dungeoneering and skilling for completionist game. I'm so surprised at how cheap surge spells are. Like a fire surge spell that's like 5 air runes and 5 fire runes, and that's it. There's no bloods or death runes needed, which is awful cheap. And this is cheap on the surface, but it's like the same cost in the generic. But in the generic, it's a whole lot easier to get the runes for the spell because you just need air and fire runes. That's it. So it's nice to see that mage is more accessible, but it probably won't be like I'm not seeing it as it would be that too useful because it would only be good against melee and slaughter with a two-hander is already pretty deadly. It hits 2100s per damage. So when the beta came out, the mages were extremely powerful against melee attacks, but they nerfed it since then to help account for people who are soloing floors and are starting out because without a bow, it's pretty hard to kill a mage. They're like a pure tank with that kind of armor on. So it was lowered quite a bit. You could hit them pretty. It's not as easy, but it still hits. And I kind of have mixed feelings about this because I was really looking forward to the primary binds being a two-handed weapon and a longbow. Because a longbow is counts as a bow and a shield, so you get the shield defense abilities as well as having an offense. But anyway, tanky shields are like so fun to use because they can hit you all they want, but as long as you have rejuvenate, you can heal it all back. Although there is a flaw in game where when you're using defensive abilities and running around dungeons, even though you're in combat, you need a target or something. Because when using defensive abilities and running around, you don't actually boost your adrenaline bar. It just wastes the abilities. Well, you get the effect, but it doesn't boost it up, which is kind of weird. I hope they fix it because I would love to run around like keying on my No Bills account with using defensive abilities. It would make keying a whole lot less of a hassle because nobody really does keying because you get hit the most, you use the most food, and you have the highest chance of dying. Also, if you're not doing engineering with friends, everybody is a food hog. If something dies, everybody stops attacking and they go grab the food because nobody really shares. It's kind of sad, but that's how randomers are. But the easy way to level up engineering is find friends, add them, add the good ones, I mean, and then just do engineering with them. And so with the only thing that's on topic this video, I just finally got 200 mil agility exp, and the funny thing is it's exactly like if you look at the start, I reset it a counter, set it to agility. I had 0 to start with, and I got all the way up to 200 mil, exactly 200 mil XP from using 625,000 Brimhaven Agility Arena tickets. Which I was kind of surprised that it was an exact number that got me 200 mil, like not even 200 mil and 1 XP, exactly 200 mil. But oh well, since with 200 mil there's so many zeros in it, it makes sense, I guess. But I probably should have done something where I had like 1337 extra tickets, so that would have been cool just to get 200 mil and have that left over. But I forgot, so thank you very much for watching and have a nice day.